they were tailors and butchers, and I mean, there was no film business. It was just like, there was no film business. It was just something new that just started.
I've got some equipment, and maybe we can go into business together. This piece of equipment is called a projector, and I've got some reels of some film, and maybe we could project some, what we'll call moving images on to the wall.
It's coming back. People are coming.
Yes.
Which is pleasing us no end. So I think they do like the atmosphere.
Some of the pipes came from the Brooklyn Fox, some from the San Francisco Golden Gate Theater, and they've all been assembled in exactly as they would have come from the Wurlitzer factory. So this is as if it's a new Wurlitzer.
These guys were at the beginning, they're like dot-commers, you know, now. I mean, these guys were at the beginning of the movie business. I mean, it was really nothing when they started.
It became so popular that they gave up their little grocery store and built the Liberty, their first, their own Nickelodeon. That was in 1908.
The progression, I guess, went from the Nickelodeon to then larger scale theaters. And they built a couple in the Castro before this theater was built in 1922. It's a central focal point of the community, of the district, of a large part of the city, as far as that goes.
What was the energy like back then? Do you remember?
Yes, the theaters were always filled, but then they would have nights, for instance, which they, of course, don't go anymore. You come on Thursday night and you get a free platter, and the next week you get a cup, or you get a whole set of dishes. I mean, that was one of the things. And then he always had a wonderful organist, and that was part of it. People came really sometimes just to hear the organ.
Now, do you know what every one of these keys does?
Oh, sure. After 20-some years of playing it, yes.
Yeah. Can you play any, like, Madonna songs?
Oh, if I have to. Occasionally, you know, the more modern things, occasionally I have to work up something.
Any rap tunes?
No.
So slowly, time goes by.
You know what's funny? This projection room smells like you would think a projection room smells. It's got that nice dank odor.
These are special machines because these can run 35 and 70 millimeter film. And we are one of the few theaters in the country, left in the country, that can run 70 millimeter film. We can run 3D. We can run original dual system interlock 3D. Nobody, I think there are 5 theaters in the country now that can run dual system 3D. A feature film comes on 20-minute reels. So that it comes in a case, and there's about every 18 to 20 minutes, there's that much film on a reel. You would make a changeover between 2 machines. And then over here we have, it's an older model, but we have a 16 millimeter projector because this theater runs 16 millimeter. I know of very few, if any, theaters still run 16 millimeter film. Was mostly used in television, but now everything's digital or tape.
By 1950, brothers Jimmy, George, and Ted Nasser owned the Metropolitan Sound Stages, which is now known as the Hollywood Center Studios. The most memorable TV show created here was I Love Lucy, and the pilot was shot in 1951.
Jim had made a picture with Lucille Ball called Lured, and she came back to see Jim, and she had an idea that she wanted her husband home instead of on the road with his band. And she came up then with the I Love Lucy program. So I don't think she had money at that time to make it and whatnot. So Jim said he would make the first one for her free. And after that, of course, it was sold. He said, I expect to be paid.
After 27 years of owning the studios, the Nasser brothers wanted to sell, but not before a popular movie was shot here, and that was Shampoo, starring Warren Beatty in 1975. It was the thought that, okay, well, we have movie studios, we have a television studio, and we have a theater. So, I mean, it just all goes together, and we're just going to have pictures galore for our theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the whole idea, the whole concept? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it didn't quite work that way, did it?
No. The studios had to either make pictures or own the theaters. They couldn't do both.
It's the legacy of the family. It's it was the first large theater they were involved with back in 1920. And it's just, I think everybody really enjoys the theater.
Everybody that works here loves the place, loves movies. Everybody contributes. It doesn't come from any one particular person. We all throw in ideas and make the place work.
Congratulations on this 85th birthday of the Cathedral of Film, San Francisco's beautiful Castro Theatre, and the centennial anniversary of the Nasser family in film.